serving 15 counties across central Arkansas.
Sports talk and entertainment.
I can't understand your food in your mouth.
That'll put a smile on your face.
I'm being serious. I can't understand a word you're saying.
KABZ Little Rock.
Arkansas, an outdoor paradise. People travel hundreds of miles to enjoy what, well, some of us take for granted. We aren't called the natural state without reason. With an abundance of rivers, lakes, and streams loaded with adventure. Scenic views that will take your breath away. Biking trails and back roads just begging to be discovered. Sit back and relax as Ray Tucker and longtime journalist Brian Hendricks explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Do I dare start the show this way by saying the margaritas are flowing at Cinco de Mayo?
I'm sure they are.
Well, I'm glad I'm here and not partaking right now.
I'm glad you are too.
Yeah. All right, on tonight's show, Scott Morgan joins us from Ducks Unlimited. They got a special event coming up out at Dickey Stevens Park. We'll talk about that. Tyrone Phillips, who is a local angler. We're going to kind of explore what goes on in bass fishing across the state of Arkansas, the different clubs and that kind of thing, and talk about some of the major lakes in our state. But we'll start off with Scott Morgan. Scott, how are you this evening?
Doing good for a Monday, yes, sir.
All right, fill me in what's going on at Dickey Stevens with Ducks Unlimited. That's kind of an unusual matchup, don't you think?
Well, normally it is, but this is our third year to partner with the Arkansas Travelers. They rebrand as the Mad Mallards. So they will wear uniforms featuring the Mad Mallard logo and caps, and we do a local fundraiser or a state, Arkansas DU state fundraiser. We try to increase our membership. We try to get the young people involved, all the youth that come, and we'll fill out a membership card, which is free. They'll either get a green wing camo hat or a duck call that's sponsored, given to us, donated by Echo.
You know, that sounds like a really cool program, and it is. But the question I've got is, how many hoops do you have to jump through with the parent club, the affiliate club, to make something like that happen?
Well, it started. Rusty Meeks is the CEO there at the Travelers, and he and I are good friends. He had this idea and ran it by me like 5 years ago. So we already had it in place before Diamonds. I think it was Diamond Sports bought the Travelers. So they actually signed off on it this year, which was great. It wasn't a lot of hoops to jump through. Actually, it was very easy. I was kind of shocked.
Ducks Unlimited Arkansas has been so innovative in finding out, coming up with different ways to raise funds and create awareness to fulfill the mission of habitat creation and conservation all through North America. What is it about Arkansas that makes you all so aggressive and creative in coming up with ways that really get people's attention?
Well, Ray, sometimes it's tough. COVID kind of hurt us, but we, went to online sales, which tremendously helped us. But interacting with people face to face, we get hundreds and hundreds of people that aren't actually duck hunters that want to help with conservation, clean water, and help the habitat, of course, for the ducks, but also deer and fish. Here in Arkansas, of course, there's no secret we're the #1 duck capital of the world, and we're pretty proud of our state. I'm extremely proud of our statewide volunteers and our leadership because we only have 3 million people in the state, and last year we finished #1 in Live Sponsor and Feather Society fundraising, which is astronomically great, compared to big states that have, 30 and 40 million people.
And a lot of people listening tonight don't really maybe know quite what DU is, and they don't understand that terminology. What do you mean by live sponsors and the other?
Well, most people, come to events and, they learn about our conservation. DU actually spreads to Mexico, North America, and in Canada. But we have Corey Dunn is the head of our major fundraising, and he has a GTR, Green Tree Reservoir program here in Arkansas. Money we raise for that stays just in these WMAs for the Green Tree Reservoir restoration, which is tremendously beneficial for our ducks. But live sponsors, live sponsorships start at $10,000. It sounds like a lot of money, but you can do a 5-year commitment of $2,000 a year, and that money you can restrict. If you want it to stay in the state of Arkansas, it stays in the state of Arkansas. If you want it to go to the prairies up in the Dakotas, it can be used for that. If you want it to go to BU Canada, it can do that also. We also have a feather society, which I'm the chairman over, that we ask for people to do large donation, which it's out of your trust or out of your life insurance policy. And that money is, of course, comes in the future, but also you can designate where you want that money to go. You want it to go to BU corporate and use in all over the North American continent, or you can use it right here in Arkansas.
One thing I've always been curious about with Arkansas's, status as world's duck hunting capital, how many people outside of the state, say in California or the Northeast, that maybe just like to come here or just want to get involved in the mission, belong to a Arkansas DU chapter or just contribute to them?
I don't know the numbers, Ray, but there are a lot of people that come here to hunt from out of state, attend our events, our banquets. Actually, Pat Mahan is the live sponsor chairman, along with myself as the Feather Society. We actually have 2 events over in Holly Grove, Arkansas, and Clarendon, and we get a lot of out-of-staters that come and donate their money to Ducks Unlimited, and we encourage them to go back to their states and also participate in the program for their states, for the good of the habitat.
If you folks are just tuning in, we're talking to Scott Morgan with Ducks Unlimited. They've got a special event, Mad Mallards, coming up at Dickey Stevens Park. I don't think we actually touched on when the event is.
It starts tomorrow night and goes through Sunday. It's 6 games. If there's a rain out, of course, they'll have a doubleheader, but game time is 6:35 tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7:05 on Friday. Saturday, we got an early game. It's a 4:05 start, so that gives families time to come out and bring the entire family, come out and be at the ballpark. And then Sunday is a 1:35 start, it gives people time to go to church and grab a bite to eat or come to the ballpark and have something to eat.
Are duck calls allowed?
If you want to bring them, you can. Like I said, the youth, 15 and under, if they come and sign a membership card, which is free, they'll get a call or a cap any of those 6 days.
I think that, Mississippi State gets to ring those stupid cowbells at their games. We ought to be able to blow duck calls at Arkansas games.
Sure should, yes. I think, and it's either Friday or Saturday, or maybe both days. We have lots of raffles. We have some silent auctions. And if you purchase a raffle ticket for $20, you'll get a Ducks Unlimited cap, and you'll also get a small ticket that after the 7th inning, when you're leaving the ballpark, Saracen Casino has donated camping folding chairs. So everyone that spends $20, they will also get a camping chair. So you get a little bonus.
What is what's the ramp up to this? I mean, this isn't a one-off. I'm sure y'all probably planned ahead. What's next after this? What do y'all have to maybe top this or build?
Actually, Ray, this is kind of the end of our cycle for event season. I think Nashville has a crawfish bowl. Nashville, Arkansas has a crawfish bowl. It's either next weekend or I think it's the weekend after Mother's Day. But after that, we kind of wind down. Our physical year for Ducks Unlimited as North America ends in June, and the new year starts July 1. So in the summertime, we have a lot of meetings, district meetings around the state to get each committees and chapters organized for the fall and for the upcoming year. Our leadership is the weekend after, or 2 weekends after Memorial Day.
Scott Morgan, we appreciate you taking time to join us. Hopefully we'll make turnouts at Dickey Stevens Park. And you folks, if you get an opportunity, join Ducks Unlimited.
Ray, you and Brian, come out and say hi to us.
All
We
right.
would love to.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, Scott. Back with more right after this. The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, be sure to make Doubleby's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in central Arkansas, they're easy to find. Headed to the lake or just taking in the beauty of Arkansas? Stop in at your nearest Doubleby's location. Their double blend of coffee is always hot and fresh. Snacks, Doubleby's has them. Want more than a snack? Many Doubleby's have hot delis. And don't forget the hot breakfast sandwiches. Doubleby's, where you gas it, grab it, and go. When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Spring has sprung in Arkansas, and the truck inventory at Gwatney Buick GMC is in full bloom. Now's the time to upgrade your trade, because the value of your current ride has sprung forward, and Gwatney's prices have rolled back during April's daylight savings. Trade up to a new 2025 GMC Sierra Crew Cab and save up to $13,500 off MSRP. Call 945-4444. These daylight savings aren't permanent. The time to act is now. Kick your current high rates to the curb and get a 2025 GMC Sierra as low as 0.9%. Right now, let Gwatney Buick GMC lower your truck payment with new GMC Sierras starting at just $479 a month. So set your watch to save during Gwatney Buick GMC's Daylight Savings. 5700 Landers Road next to Sam's in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Phone number 30976-31020. All offers with accrued credit. Some offers require qualifying trade.
Arkansas is known for its beauty. Rolling hills, scenic fields and valleys, and beautiful rivers run through our state. We want to keep Arkansas beautiful, but we need your help. Do your part by not littering and by keeping your community clean. Register for a local cleanup or become a litter grabber to fight litter at your own pace. Your community needs you. Join us in keeping Arkansas beautiful. Visit keeparkansasbeautiful.com to learn more. This message brought to you by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. Special thanks to Scott Morgan with Ducks Unlimited. Join us for 10 minutes there. Tyrone Phillips, he got a shirt on tonight.
Looks like a NASCAR driver.
Well, NASCAR driver copied off the bass fisherman. You know, they used to wear those long jumpsuits.
Yeah.
Now they got shirts like ours.
Yeah, you remember the vet, like the Boy Scout vests that they used to wear?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Same with bass fishing.
Yeah. And they wore those things at the weigh-ins and stuff, and they had all the patches on it.
Right.
And then they'd take it off on the water. Now you guys, y'all never quit.
Well, I put mine in my box so I don't mess it up.
Yeah. So we're visiting with Tyrone Phillips, a longtime friend of the show, longtime friend of us personally. one of the better-known anglers in Central Arkansas, very well traveled and much accomplished. Gosh, you fished as co-anglers at FLW championships, and you have been on tour some time, and you're still at it.
Man, I just love the sport. So, fortunately, I'm going to keep doing it until I can't do it anymore. Knees kind of hurting now, then hit age where, things start hurting, but, I still love it.
Did you, were you listening here a few weeks ago when we had Mark Davis on, and he was talking about all the surgeries and things and therapies that he's been through, that he's just, he said that if he won it this year, he'd probably just pack it in, just one thing after another. It's like, man, you're a walking, emergency room.
And doctor's best friend.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope I don't come to that, but you never know, because I'm gonna keep fishing as long as I can.
All right, Tyrone, let's do this. Let's assume some folks in our listening audience are avid fishermen, and maybe they just moved here. And let's talk a little about the different bass clubs that are out there and how you get locked into those and how do you get to take part in. And we have a ton of tournaments going on.
Yeah. So what I would always do is, like, anytime you're in the Bass Pro Shops, the Walmart, and somebody's looking at fishing equipment, you kind of walk up to them and kind of feel them out and kind of find out, if they really like doing this, because this stuff can get really expensive. And so you just kind of feel them out to see if they want to do it. And then what I always do as a avid angler, I want to take them out, and if they call me back and say, yeah, let's go, then I know they kind of got it, got that bug in them, And a lot of guys, they'll say, well, give me your number and let's go sometime. You never hear from them. But then you get that one or two that really loves it, and they got to go. And then I'll tell them about Metro Area Bass Club. I'll tell them about Amblejaw and what it would take to be able to fish the different clubs. And, Metro, you don't have to have a boat. Amblejaw, you do have to have a boat because it's just boaters only. But, and it's a club that, you can teach people how to do stuff. Like I say, you always should take the guy out that you're fishing with so that you can show him some things that so you can see what he knows and kind of go from there.
All right, in front of your shirt says Metro Area Bass Club. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, Metro Area Bass Club was started back a long time ago. About 4 or 5 of us were sitting on the bench right here at the park right here called Murray Park. Mm-hmm. After one of those benefit tournaments, I think it was a cystic fibrosis. And we just got together and said, hey, man, we can do this. And we just got a lot of guys that were like-minded and wanted to fish. And we've grown to like 75 members now. So,
can you rattle off some of the names of the other clubs? Or?
Well, the only 2 I know about is the 2 I fish in.
Okay.
I mean, it's a whole lot of them out there. I just don't know about them.
You got the Greers Ferry Bassmasters, I think, that have been around a long time, and Northwest Arkansas Bassmasters if you're up in Northwest Arkansas, and yeah, there's a ton of them if you want to get involved.
And I fish some of those benefit tournaments, but you go out there, you get all pumped up, you want to win, and you don't always remember the names of them. So,
your first exposure to bass fishing obviously hooked you deep, but what was that?
Well, I think it was when myself and a guy named Tommy Keener, Earl Smith, we were just going fishing on the weekends, and Earl, he worked at Walmart, and he started having those lures, and he seemed to catch bigger fish than we did. It was like, what are you doing? And so he kind of said something about it. Next thing you know, we were fishing the cystic fibrosis, the different tournaments that they had, as a co-angler, and really got the bug. I mean, a lot of times we'd be having to work on weekends. We'd come down, see the takeoff, and go ahead and head to work. When they come in that afternoon, we'd be right there watching. And so it just got to be where it's something that, I had to do.
Were you more taken by the boats and the flashiness of it and the speed and the noise, or were you really interested in the fishing?
No, the fishing got me. I'm talking about the thought of a little brim or a crappie biting versus a big bass.
Yeah.
It was just something about that. And you're always chasing that big one.
What's the biggest you ever caught?
I caught a 12-2 in Tyler, Texas. We went down there to fish a tournament about 2 weeks ago, and the guys always remind me because I told them that night when I caught that fish, I said, I caught this fish, and I know it was practice. But I said, there's no way you guys going to beat us in this tournament. It was myself and a guy named Robert Scott. And we beat those guys. I think I had like 20-something pounds. The closest guy to me had about 15.
Real quick as we go into the break, describe your first bass, what that was like, where it was, how old were you, all that.
I think the first bass was standing on a bridge on 65th Street, and I was throwing a worm, like a floating like worm. I didn't know what I was doing, and the fish came up and ate it, and I was hooked from then.
I like that terminology. You were hooked. All right, we're coming up on a break. You're listening to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors here at 103.7 The Buzz. We're here Monday nights from 7 to 8 o'clock, and we'll take a pause. Coming to you live from our Honda North Little Rock studios. When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners to participate in our Spring Into Savings event. 30 homeowners will receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser etched shower wall system. That's right, you'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. The first 30 homeowners to call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing options, senior and military discounts, receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase, and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. That's right, the first 30 homeowners to call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH receive these special savings. Bath Makeover of Arkansas proudly serves the full state of Arkansas, offering custom bathing solutions such as bathtubs, showers, and walk-in bathtubs. In addition to a lifetime product warranty and a 5-year workmanship warranty, Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a price lock guarantee, meaning once you receive a free design consultation, your price is locked in no matter what. The first 30 homeowners to call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 50% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 0% interest financing options, senior and military discounts, receive a $200 Visa gift card with purchase, and call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads,
or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Welcome back to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Coming to you from our Honda North Little Rock studio. It's time to talk to Neil Atkinson with Sarah's Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. Neil, it's never a non-busy time for you. This is major stuff going on right now.
In play for hockey, and also we got softball postseason this week. The Hogs got a number 1 ranking in softball for the first time in one of the polls. We've got that to do this week, and of course a huge series with Arkansas baseball coming up with LSU this weekend after that incredible sweep of Texas last week. I don't know what the people in the polls are doing, not having them keeping Texas at number 1 in a few of them, but heck, it doesn't mean anything till we get to the College World Series anyway, and I know we're all hoping to get there.
Any big surprises for you as far as the NBA playoffs are concerned?
No, just the ones I thought would advance. We had a couple of good Game 7s over the weekends. Now we're all in the second round. Right now, the Boston Celtics are kind of taking it to the New York Knicks. At the end of the second quarter, they're up 61-45. That line went off at Boston minus 9.5. But if you wanted to bet Boston right now, you'd have to give up 16.5 points. And then in the nightcap, you got the Nuggets at the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder is a 10.5 point favorite. Of course, this is both of those are best of 7 series, and we're just marching through until we get to the finals.
It's pretty staggering to me that you're in the playoffs, and some of these games are just complete blowouts.
Yeah, they were. I mean, I think we had 2 records during the playoffs. I think the Grizzlies lost one by 51 or 52, and then, of course, the Miami Heat also got swept in their series like the Grizzlies did, and they gave up almost 50 points in their last game. So, but anyway, we're getting down to where all the meat is on the bones, and again, we did get some 7-game series over the weekends that wrapped up, and hopefully we'll see how these turn out. But the NBA is right now really, really big on the site, followed by, of course, baseball. And the Hogs baseball betting is almost 25% of our overall baseball handle that we take. So it's really, really important, and all the fans here in Arkansas are engaged.
Neil, always a pleasure to talk to you. Talk to you again next week. Have a great week, okay?
All right, everybody have a good week. And don't forget to opt in on your promo page for the Parlay Club. Today's Monday. Opt in, and you can get some extra money next week.
Download the app, betsaracen.com.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, visiting with our old friend Tyrone Phillips, Metro Area Bass Club. And, you know, one thing, we have a lot of people moving into Arkansas now from all over the place. And you know how it is when you're coming into a new community, maybe even a new culture, depending on where you're from, and you're looking for something to do, something to get into. You might have some kind of a interest in the outdoors, and bass fishing is something that we have here in great abundance. How would you steer somebody into taking that up, maybe sticking their toes in the water, you know, figuratively, and, you know, maybe taking a try at this and getting involved in it?
Well, like I said before, I'm always that guy that says, hey, let's go.
Yep.
And you know, every now and then you get a few guys that'll take you up on it, and you know, that's always a way of meeting new friends. You know, speaking of new friends, I met a guy named Kenny Wally. He owns Central Arkansas Diesel. My trailer's been giving me the blues. I have a Ranger 520L.
Mm-hmm.
It's been giving me the blues. And, you know, 2 weeks ago, I was out of $1,000 just on the trailer alone. And he said, man, let me get that thing fixed for you.
What was the issue?
Well, the hubs keep wallowing out.
Yeah,
and it's mostly the front, too. And everybody I know that has that L model is having that problem.
And anybody that owns a boat knows that trailer problems are just part of the lifestyle.
Just a small portion of it.
Yep. And have you ever had a wheel come off, you know, heading out to Mount Ida and go taking off into the woods?
Yeah. I've had it happen twice in the last.
I think Brad's talking from experience, too.
No, that never happened to me.
We don't call him lucky. I can tell you that.
Oh no, he's been lucky to me.
And I'm not talking about his fishing ability. I'm talking about
Anyway, we've fished a long time together, and we fished in a lot of different boats and everything. And boats change, designs change. What, in your opinion, other than electronics and just the way they're rigged out, how do you determine, when you think back of the boats you had, what are the best riding, best performing boats that you've been in?
Well, the Ranger is the best riding boat. For the fastest boat, I think you'd, name a couple other boats, but I don't want to do it. But I've had a number of different kind, and they've changed because the steering has got so much easier. You can just pretty much drive it with no hands. Not safe, but you can do it because it's so much technology is put in them that they won't flip over or nothing like that.
So say, we're at Bass Pro Shop and you're cruising around getting you some lures, this, that, and the other, and you see a guy kind of by himself over at the tracker display looking at this boat, looking at that boat, and you can tell that he's just not sure what he's looking at. How do you engage in that conversation and help that person make a more educated buying decision if he's interested in that?
Yeah, well, first thing I always tell him, and I'll be honest with you about that, I'll say, if you're really getting into this, I'd always ask the guy to try to buy a used boat first. Mm-hmm. That way they can be sure if they're going to get in it because, as you know, boats are hard to get rid of sometimes. Yep. I mean, especially if they're not looking the best, running the best.
Yep.
So you got to make sure that you make a wise decision before you really purchase a big, $80,000 boat.
What is the weirdest thing with a boat that's ever happened to you out on the water?
It's ought to be good.
Well, I was up on Dardanelle one time, and then the power steering went out, and the boat just went to the right, and we were headed straight to a barge. Luckily, I was an experienced driver and knew to just take my foot off the gas. Mm-hmm. It's not going to go if you're not pushing the gas. So that's how I saved myself and Larry Carter.
I got a couple of things. One of them happened with Ray, naturally. When we were on the White River one time in my boat, I had this.
Go ahead, Lucky, tell the story.
I had this, 25-horse Yamaha motor, and the kill switch was attached to the life vest, as it should have been. But the life vest was not attached to me, and so the wind caught that thing and blew it out, about 200 yards across the river. The kill switch comes off, no power, and the White River is cruising, man. They're probably running, 7, 8 generators. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was a weird one, and the other one was with you. You remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Where Tyrone's boat wasn't maybe in the best shape, and I
no, it wasn't my boat. It was a boat I
that's
borrowed.
Right. It was a borrowed boat. You're right. And I was walking across the deck, and the deck collapsed under me, and I went all the way to the keel.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I'm standing in this boat about up to my chest.
So how did we get that life vest back with a kill switch?
We had to paddle to it.
Wow.
Yeah. Luckily, we had one. But yeah, that was
Ray, did you have with that any?
No.
Now you know why I call him Lucky.
Okay.
Well, we did catch it, but it took a good long. No, he was too busy laughing, man. He wasn't any help at all. But that's the other part of boat ownership that people don't understand is things happen. A lot of times they happen out on the water. And I'm going to tell you another story about fishing with a friend one time out on Lake Maumelle. We had to pull up to the bank, for a reason. And as we came back out, we're going back to the ramp. Next thing we know, this boat's sinking. And somehow when we beached it, the plug came out of it, and we're filling up with water. Of course, all the life jackets, the extra ones that he had, those ones that inflate.
Yeah.
That was all, it was just a mess under there.
Oh, I had that same thing happen in the BFL last year. We were at Greers Ferry Lake and was right by the bridge, catching them one right after another. Had a limit in about 10 minutes. And my co-angler said, "Hey, do you know it's a lot of water coming through the floor?" And I really forgot to just turn the switch and put the plug in. Luckily, on that boat I can just go back to the back and turn the bilge pump on.
It is a common occurrence that people launch a boat, sailboat, no matter what it might be, and don't have the plug in.
But that Ranger wouldn't sink.
No, they don't sink. I forgot who it was. in a tournament years ago. Had to get under a very low bridge because water was high. I don't remember the lake, but he filled the boat with water to where the decks were almost flush. They got under that bridge, and he got in there and, bilged it all out, but he won the tournament.
Wow.
Yeah. Cliff Shelby. You remember him? Cliff Shelby was a former PR guy for Ranger. He's the one that told me about that. And,
Okay.
People used to do some crazy stuff. I don't know that they're allowed to do that now if they can't get in there, But all kinds of things like
All right,
that.
we're coming up on another break here. When we come back, I'm going to throw out names of lakes in Arkansas, and you rate them to the success that you've had on them, if you don't mind doing that. I don't know what your favorite is, but anyway, we'll do that when we come back. You're listening to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors here on 103.7 The Buzz, brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock. Stay with us. When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, be sure to make W's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in central Arkansas, they're easy to find. Headed to the lake or just taking in the beauty of Arkansas? Stop in at your nearest W's location. Their double blend of coffee is always hot and fresh. Snacks, W's has them. Want more than a snack? Many W's have hot delis. And don't forget the hot breakfast sandwiches. W's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa, and Mother's Day is here. How about the Mellow Mama? $100 will get you a 30-minute massage and a 30-minute facial. Or you can do the Mom's Retreat. For $125, you get a 60-minute massage, 30-minute facial, and 15 minutes in our Himalayan salt infrared sauna. Double that for the Mom and Me. 2 massages, 2 facials, and 2 sauna sessions. And you can both be mellow. Visit us at avabelladayspa.com and click on gift certificates. Happy Mother's Day from Ava Bella Day Spa.
This is Justin Acree with some exciting news. UAMS Ortho Now is now open at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. If you have an orthopedic injury, sports, work, or anything else, walk in and get the best in orthopedic care. No appointment needed. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
Hey now, if you're ready to step into the future of auto loans, Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union just dropped a summer auto loan special, and I'm telling you, it's a game changer. We're talking ultra-low rates as low as 1.99%, no payments for 90 days, and up to 84 months to finance. It's good on 2023, 24, and 25 models, or you can refinance what you're driving now. New car, new adventure, new savings. The future's looking real bright with Alcoa. They're serving 15 counties across central Arkansas, so get started at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. Our special guest, local angler, professional angler, Tyrone Phillips. You, congratulations to you. You just won an event on Greers Ferry Lake.
Yeah, I won a tournament yesterday. Had about 23 pounds, and it was a tough day yesterday, but the first day was pretty easy. One big bass, one side pots, won it all.
So the fishing gods knew you were going to be on our show. That's what it was.
Yeah, that. And you text me while I was in the tournament, and I was like, okay,
wow.
It's good luck.
Well, none of this is possible without people supporting you and getting you through, helping you defray costs and everything. Who are the people that are behind the Team Tyrone?
Well, most importantly, my Lord and Savior, and then True Service Credit Union. They make it happen every year for me. Miss Linda and them, they get all the guys' boats financed. I'm talking about guys in Anvil Jaw, guys in the BFLs and all that. They come up to me and say, hey, man, I heard you got a credit union can get me a boat financed and a truck. And, I'm talking about they're number one with me. And then got Kenny Wally, like I said, at Central Arkansas Diesel. Got Prototype Lures. This guy's making frogs that actually can show you how to walk them. I mean, I'm not good at walking a frog.
Now run that by me again.
But it's almost like walking a dog. This frog, you just kind of reel it in and it's walking. And it's one of the best frogs I ever had. And he makes a mean buzzbait as well. It swims straight in line. So that's one of the guys that helped me out. Phyllis Green that owns Step by Step. It's a healthcare place. But anybody can sponsor somebody. They call them non-indemnity sponsors. And they would make the fishermen go. Then we have Arch Street Pond. They came on this year. Guy said, hey, man, I just want to be a part of your journey. And I said, man, I appreciate you. And he took care of me. He paid some entry fees and stuff like that. And, of course, my company is TST Phillips Cleaning Service. I also call Tyrone Driving Service. All of it makes it work. And I appreciate you for letting me mention.
So how do people get in touch with you?
Well, they can call me anytime at 501-912-7888.
All right, we want to talk about some area lakes. Talk about the fishing on Greers Ferry. How is it right now?
Man, the water's falling right now, but the fish are biting. We had a shad spawn yesterday morning, and, they were pretty tough to figure out. I started throwing a white fluke and caught a lot of small 12-inch Kentuckys. And after I got those Kentuckys, I took a run up towards Devil Fork, and they got those bridge pilings, and went up there and hit a few of those and got them out with some small Kentuckys. So after the first batch, I had about 3 pounds, and then after I got the next batch, I had about 5 pounds. And I said the only way I can win this tournament if I make a run. So I ran to the other end down by the dam and went down there and throwed a jerk bait, and I tell you what, they was eating the jerk bait up. I caught a 3-5, and then I caught 2 3-pounders at one time. They were both on the jerk bait.
How about that?
But when I went to scoop them up, one swam off and one ended up in the net.
You remember that time on DeGray when you and I were fishing and you caught one that had another bass about half swallowed?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a true story.
Yeah, it's old Lucky again.
Yeah.
You fished these lakes for a long, long time. And if you would kind of take us through a graph of how Greers Ferry was when you first fished it, how has it changed over the years, up and down?
Well, first of all, most of them were scary to me because they were so big.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no fear then because I didn't have the quality of boat that I have now, so I didn't know if that boat would make it from one end to the other. But I didn't care. But the lakes have changed because I've learned them, mostly because you understand what the fish doing on different lakes. They do different things as the water go up and down. So you got to adjust, and that's what I was fortunate enough to do yesterday.
I was thinking about I think it was Thanksgiving Eve where we went out on. I think it was a DeGray again. We tried the Alabama rig and didn't work out that day. What had you learned about the Bama rig at that time versus now, and when would you use it? When would you not use it?
Well, the best time to use it to me is the colder it is, the better.
Yeah.
It seems like they've gotten used to it. They, and every now and then you're gonna find a fish that'll jump all over it. But you got some people that can figure them out pretty good, and I just hadn't been one of them. I'll catch some, and then they'll stop biting, and I'll go ahead and put it down because I know, time is of the essence when you're on the water.
You were talking about one of your sponsors makes lures.
Yes.
What's the hottest new thing he might have out there?
His Smasher frog. I'm serious. That frog is so deadly right now.
So normally with a frog, you have to jerk it. This thing does that for it by itself.
Yeah, and he has one that pops as well. And that's what I caught one of the big fish on the first day. Popped that frog, and that joker just inhaled it. And it was like, okay. And a lot of the guys were still leaving. They were still taking off.
All right, when we talk about Greer's Ferry, we talk about feeds the Little Red River, creates the Little Red River. What's the level of Greer's Ferry Lake, and are they releasing a lot of water?
Yeah, I think it's about 7 foot over right now, but it's falling every day because I fished some areas the first day, and I could get further back in there than I could the very next day. So it probably dropped 2 foot overnight.
Have you? I've been watching some of these things that Cliff Pace does on his YouTube thing, and have you ever thought of designing your own lures and making them?
Well, I thought about it, and I have made some, but they didn't happen to be the best ones. So, I partner with so many people that I can get somebody to do that for me.
If you were to, somebody were to pin you down and say, if you had to throw one thing, you could only take one lure with you, one rod, one reel. What would that be? Give us all 4 seasons.
Okay. Well, all 4 seasons, it's probably going to be a Senko. I was fortunate enough to fish with Gary Yamamoto probably 3 different times on the FLW tour, even, winning one on Kentucky Lake and, really catching them good down on Logan Martin with him. And he only uses his lures. He'll have a pouch on with just his lures on. And he shows me that, this work all year long. And so the Senko is something that I would tell anybody that's like even beginning fishing. If you got patience enough to let it sit there, you're going to catch something.
So I'm a big smallmouth guy. That's what I do. The thing that I have the hardest time figuring out is what crawdad color through the year.
Well, how I determine that is I always start out with green pumpkin something.
Yep.
But they got a thing called double dipping. You can dye the tail with spike it dye, and you can make that tail chartreuse. If that don't work, I would just leave that chartreuse there and put an orange or a red on there, and that'll give it a little more like flavor. And I seem to get more bites than a lot of other guys because I do that one thing.
So in May, are they in a red phase? Are they in a green phase?
Well, I think, early off, they're coming off of black. Yeah. So,
real quick,
green.
What do you want to say as far as how do people get in touch with Tyrone and follow Tyrone?
Well, you can follow me on my Facebook page, Tyrone Phillips. And you can always reach me, 501-912-7888.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, you guys out there looking for something special for the Mom's Day, Mother's Day, stay tuned. We'll tell you something really special. Back in a moment.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Spring has sprung in Arkansas, and the truck inventory at Gwatney Buick GMC is in full bloom. Now's the time to upgrade your trade, because the value of your current ride has sprung forward, and Gwatney's prices have rolled back during April's Daylight Savings. Trade up to a new 2025 GMC Sierra Crew Cab and save up to $13,500 off MSRP. Call 945-4444. These Daylight Savings aren't permanent. The time to act is now. Kick your current high rates to the curb and get a 2025 GMC Sierra as low as 0.9%. Right now, let Gwatney Buick GMC lower your truck payment with new GMC Sierras starting at just $479 a month. So set your watch to save during Gwatney Buick GMC's Daylight Savings. 5700 Landers Road next to Sam's in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Stock number 30976 31020. All offers with approved credit. Some offers require qualifying trade.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
Congratulations to Alan Gallardo Lopez of Fayetteville and Lily Bershears of Rogers for being named the All-Arkansas Preps Outstanding Players of the Year in Cross Country, as chosen by the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. They are among the 400 Arkansas high school athletes who will be honored at the All-Arkansas Preps Awards Banquet on Saturday, June 14th, sponsored by CHI St. Vincent. The event is emceed by Steve Sullivan with special guest David Basil and linebacker for the New Orleans Saints, Demario Davis. To find out more about the athletes selected or to purchase tickets to the event, visit allarkansaspreps.com.
If you're like a lot of people I know, you're spending a lot of time at home this year watching basketball and other sports, and your home's your happy place. You may be noticing, though, the scuffs and faded colors on your walls, and that can drive you crazy. That's where CertaPro can help with a paint refresh. They can make your experience worry-free, starting with a free estimate. They're always easy, and they get you a quote right away. Schedule your estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. And each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. Welcome back. Final edition, segment of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Different twist here. Mother's Day is coming up, and there are all kinds of neat things out there that you can get Mom for Mother's Day. And so I reached out to Dee Dee at Ava Bella Day Spa. One of your spots just ran in our show, as a matter of fact. Dee Dee, how are you?
Hey, Ray, how are you? Thank you for having me on. I so appreciate it.
All right. Let's talk about what you all offer for Mother's Day.
Well, I've made some really great specials for all the men out there that don't know what to give their women or their wives or sisters or whatever for Mother's Day. So we have some packages that are really in your budget. You can get the Mellow Mama, which is a 30-minute massage and a 30-minute facial for $100, which is basically cheaper than flowers, right? Now, right, if they want to do the entire, like a retreat for their whomever to come in, they can get a 60-minute massage and a 30-minute facial in 15 minutes in our Himalayan salt sauna for $125. Just The massage alone is regular $100 or $98, so they're getting a really big deal. And the best thing you can do, or anyone can do, is just go to avabelladayspa.com and then click on gift certificates, and you can print it off or email it to the recipient right from your home. You don't even have to get out. Or you can come to 301 North Shackelford Road, Suite C3. We're right next to Star of India, by Slim Chickens, by the Big Emmanuel Church in West Little Rock, and come in, and we have cute pillow boxes. We have cookies, homemade cookies. We have bath bombs, candles, everything and anything anybody wants to give to whomever on this Sunday. And that's the thing. It comes a lot earlier this year than normally, so you got to get on it. You can't forget this holiday. It's a big one.
So do they need to come by there? Can they go online and purchase this?
Yeah, they can go online to avabelladayspa.com, or they can come by Ava Bella Day Spa at 301 North Shackelford Road. They can call us at 501-954-8888, and then we'll just take care of everybody.
Well, it sounds like a good deal. So you got $100, $125, so different packages.
Yeah, and I also have $5,000 packages. I mean, if we want to go there, I will sell you that too.
Wow.
What I'm saying.
So is it this and Valentine's? I'm assuming are your two biggest?
Christmas, Mother's Day, and then Valentine's. So yeah, this is a big one, and there's so much other stuff going on this month with graduations and teachers' appreciation, just a million things going on in May. So, but don't forget this one, because I mean it's rough being a mama. I have 3 teenagers right now, Ray, and wow. So I need a spa day too.
And I'm sure somebody's out there going, have you lost your mind? How does this work? How does this tie into outdoors? It doesn't.
It doesn't, but it doesn't have to, because it's your show. We can do whatever we want.
I'm glad you said that. All right, Dee Dee, appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon, okay?
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, bye-bye.
Right. Tyrone, you heard all those packages she's got there.
Yeah, I think I'll run by and pick up something tomorrow.
And with that segment, Brian just left the studio. All right, your favorite 5 lakes.
My favorite, I guess, Greers Ferry is number 1 now.
Yeah.
Lake Hamilton is always up there. Ouachita, DeGray, and we wouldn't call this a lake, but the Arkansas River from one end to the other is always one of my favorites.
So people have favorite baseball players, basketball players, whatever. Who are your idols in the fishing world? Because there have been some major names out there.
Well, Larry Nixon,
the general.
Jimmy Houston. I talked to Jimmy Houston right out here at the hotel by the Holiday Inn. I mean, by the airport just a couple years ago, and he's always been my favorite that I watched on TV, and and Jerry McInnes was a great guy too. We had a great time fishing together. Caught fish all day, and he told me the story about how him, Bill Dance, and Jimmy Houston and all them got together and made all the news and noise that they made over the years.
And Jerry McInnes, J&M Associates, I think that's the name of it. People didn't realize I don't know if they still do, for a number of years, all those fishing programs on ESPN were actually done right here in downtown Little Rock.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. I actually got with Steve Bowman and took our fishing club down there. A lot of guys were so shocked and in awe that they were right in the studio that they watch on TV every Sunday.
I think 2 of Jerry's favorite fishing partners were Bobby Knight, and basketball coach, and Whitey Herzog, who was a longtime St. Louis Cardinal manager.
Yeah, I think he told me that story. I mean, he told me we had 9 hours of fishing, so he told me a whole lot of stories.
All right, Lake Greeson.
Lake Greeson is, I've only fished Greeson 4 times. I've won 2 and came in second in 2 of them.
Lake Maumelle.
Lake Maumelle's been good.
Water level obviously back up now.
I don't know.
Oh, there's the music, Tyrone. Wow, that hour went by in a hurry.
Yeah, great show.
Appreciate you coming in as always.
Always, man.
And
Thank you.
had them folks get in touch with you real quick.
You can always reach me at 501-912-7888.
That's the man, Tyrone Phillips. You folks have a great week. Get out and enjoy the Arkansas outdoors.